Good morning YouTube. It's been a few days since my last video for a couple of reasons. Firstly, I've been really busy with work, and secondly, I've been really unwell. So now I'm feeling a little bit better. I thought it was time to get another video up because I'm a little bit overdue. I have done a couple of bits since the last video, nothing major, but fitted a new sun strip. They're now available on the shop, www.doryhero.wtf, only £15 including delivery. Few window stickers. Same with the rear, pop some on the rear. Sort of brightens the car up a little bit. The rest of the flooring arrived, so I finished off the flooring and that finishes that off a treat. I'm really pleased with this stuff. Just smartened the room up no end. It's also much nicer to sit on because you're not constantly getting covered in crap because all the dirt falls down the gaps. So yeah. Pretty good investment. I haven't got around to doing the livery on the other side of the car, just simply haven't had time. It's quite a consuming process, so I think what we'll do for this is use some YouTube magic. So that is the livery complete. I'm happy about that. Having to repeat the process after you've done one side again is always a bit boring, but that's done. Next on the list, I have bought some hydraulic handbrake lines from Hell, and I just want to open them up and make sure that fitment is correct and length is correct. I'm sure it will be because they're E46 specific lines. And Hell, from previous experience, are a fantastic company. So we will see these do the job. GoPro battery went flat again. So with the rear, I've just laid that in position for now. I'll have to jack the car up, get underneath, see where the splitter is in the back, and drill a hole in a suitable place that's not in the way of the petrol tank or anything like that. For the front, there is a little plastic grommet that I pushed through from the inside, and then opened it up just a little bit with that because it wasn't quite big enough to get the fitting through. It gives an access hole just in there, nice and near where the line needs to be connected. I can just poke that in and connect that up, and then figure out which one it is I have to connect it to under here. Plenty of line to route this into a sensible sort of position. Yep, Hell Performance, quality company. Right, I'll get on with that. So that's the hydro lines routed through and plumbed in. I always tend to use braided lines. I had an experience a few years ago, well, many years ago now, where I just used copper lines, and I lent on the copper lines, they bent over, one of them broke. I was at a drift day. Fortunately I found somebody with a flaring tool and managed to reflare and rebleed the brakes, but it's just the last thing you need when you're at a drift day. For the sake of 100 quid for these lines, it's just well worth it. You know, it's sort of tempting to use copper lines, but that problem can cost more than putting these in the first place. I haven't actually put a hydro in a standard car for years, so I need some T-pieces and bits and bob before I can complete this job. Yeah, I was sort of thinking I could go straight into the master in the front, but I'm going to go into the ABS module, so I'll need a T-piece for that. there's 2 lines to the rear of the car as well, so we'll delete them completely, tee off the front, through the hydro, 1 line down to the rear, and then a tee off the rear, and I think I'll probably buy another couple of hell braided lines to split and go directly to the brakes at the back. That seems like a tidier solution than messing around with copper pipe. So that'll be a job for another day. Need to get the car off the floor and measure up first, so we'll leave that job for now. So it's a new day. Progress has been fairly slow over the last sort of couple of weeks really, because I've been really quite unwell. This video has been filmed over multiple days. I've just tried to struggle through and crack on where I can. I'm still feeling really rough, but I really want to make some progress. I've got my Wizard of Lock steering angle adapters finally arrived, and just a random set of E36 lower arms. I can't use the E46 ones because they're aluminium, and I want to cut and extend to give more clearance for the lock. So E36 ones are steel, easy to cut and weld. I need some, well I say I need some, I've ordered some bushers to adapt the rear end of the arm. They're circular in shape, the E46 ones are hexagonal. So I've ordered the bushers to fit within the E46 lollipop mounts to slot in the E36 arms. And the next thing is to get the car off the floor. I've got to weld the diff, get this lock kit sort of fabricated and put on. It's going to make it much easier with the Wizard of Lock adapters. I normally sort of just chop the knuckles about, to be fair, but just wanted to do a quick job on this. Much more straightforward. So what is left on the actual list? So yeah, the steering adapters to fit extended lower arms, fit handheld fire extinguisher. I've had the bracket arrive for that. The XXR wheels need to be, the hubs need to be re-drilled, and I'm going to convert to studs. I've bought a jig for that, just got to wait for that to arrive. Plumbing the hydraulic handbrake, I started that earlier, but again need some bits. Remove the clutch delay valve, that's something I keep forgetting about. I need to look at that and see what I need to order to do that. File the diff, and I still need to order the ECU. Haven't decided upon the sort of spec for the ECU because there's various different things you can do. I think I'm going to remove the cats and have a cat delete in the remap. I'll have a look underneath today and see what is involved with that. But the first thing is to get the car off the floor. So a little job to start with today, just to ease me in gently because I do feel like crap. Noticed I haven't removed the boot trim yet, so I'm going to remove all that. I've removed the boot lock neck because I'm going to put it on boot pins. So yeah, a little boot pin down through there because I want to disable all the locks and everything as it's a track only car. And I think I will do away with the rear wash wipe. I managed to pull the pump out of the top of the washer bottle, and now my car's full of water. Lovely. Better mop that up. Boot trim is off. I'll cull that wiring back, tidy it all up and probably de-skin the lid to save a little bit of weight. That's the one thing with low powered cars, the more weight you can get off them, especially the rear, the better. They do go so much better when they're all stripped out and de-skinned, and it makes an absolutely massive difference. So that'll do for that job. That's got me started. Next, get the car off the floor. So this flooring, tidied up the place no end. Really has, really pleased with it. You're supposed to be able to jack up on it, you're supposed to be able to put axle stands down, it's rated to the weight and all that good stuff, but I don't trust it. So firstly, if I want to drag the car around, because it's ribbed, it's not smooth, I don't think the jack with any weight on it would move smoothly. So I've just cut a piece of chipboard to sit the jack on, and 4 little square pieces just to put the axle stands on, just for peace of mind really, more than anything. And although it wasn't the most expensive thing in the world, it certainly wasn't cheap, so I'd like to protect the floor as much as possible as well. So when it comes to welding, same again, I'll cut a large piece of wood for that and lay that under the area I'm going to weld on, because it's just quite a simple thing to do and it should protect the floor and make it last a little bit longer. So let's see how this goes. Jacking up the car on a board. So the wheels won't be going back on the car again. If you are in the market for a set of BMW style, whatever the hell they are, that have recently been refurbished with newish Nankang NS2s, pretty new tread, all 4 tyres are matching, all 4 wheels are really clean, send us a message on Instagram, because they won't be going back on the car. The XXR stroke, what the other one's called? No, completely slipped my mind. I've got a pair of XXR and a pair of other things I bought from somewhere. They'll be going on the car once the jig turns up for the hubs. I'm going to re-drill them, like I said earlier, and put studs in instead of bolts, so they can go straight on without adapters or spacers or anything. So that's a start. wheels off. Still feel like absolute crap. I'm really struggling today. Let's have a look at the cats under the car. So, it's quite clean under here, which is nice. I think I need to jack up a little bit further because I'm quite cramped. Right, if you can see it, look. Like they're going to snap off. I'm going to cover them in WD-40 and leave them for a little while before I attempt to undo them. And the next sort of stage of this process, take a photograph of the number off the cats and find out actually how much they're worth to give me the enthusiasm to take this job on, because climbing around on the floor underneath the car, especially when things look that seized, is no fun. Catalytic converter removal, is it worth it? Has anybody out there done this to one of these? There's two cats underneath the floor, and it appears as if there's, probably can't see from the video, but it appears as if there's two pre-cats as well. The pre-cats would be a lot of hassle to remove. The under the floor cats are no particular problem. They're just a case of cutting them out and probably welding a couple of resonators in there just to keep the noise sensible, so it doesn't sound like the thing's being violently sick every time you stand on the throttle pedal, because I hate that noise from a BMW. So yeah, has anybody out there done it? Let me know in the comments. If is it going to add that much power? Is it going to make it rev that much more freely? Is it worth the time, money and hassle to remove the things? Anyway, that's it for today's group of videos. Haven't really made much progress at all, but like I said, I'm feeling really rough at the moment, and I thought I may as well combine all the bits of videos I've got and make one. And now the car's off the floor, I can make a note of the parts I need, and the next video will be some proper progress. See you all soon.